This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to jump to the world of WWE Eternia so we can take a look at the Masters of the WWE Universe Sting action figure, the mysterious Vigilante of Vengeance. As we take a look at the back, we get a nice image of Sting fighting with what looks like a claw and a pair of claw chucks. Honestly, I thought that was supposed to be a staff until I saw the chain on the back. The Dark Warrior, with a voice of silence and a mission of justice, strikes fear into the black heart of the evil force that created him. But whose side is he on? He comes with a scorpion claw that has chomping action. I'm wondering right now if it is spring-loaded in order to open up again, or if you have to manually do it. It does kind of remind me a little bit of the claw that came with the Classics version of Clawful, but I don't think it's that. And of course, we have the twist and battle positions, along with the rest of the figures in this wave: the Triple H, the evil Skull King of Kings, the Ultimate Warrior, heroic champion of WWE Eternia, Sting himself, the Vigilante, and Finn Balor, the heroic Demon King. Actually, that means in the first wave here, we had two good guys, one bad guy, and one iffy guy. So let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Oh, crap on a cracker. Inside, I caught a hold of the cover and sliced it. That makes me sad. But we see Sting fighting a giant scorpion on the front of this package. Inside, oh, that looks awful. I'll have to clean that up. Sting, the mysterious Vigilante of Vengeance. Height, 6 foot 2 inches. Weight, 250 pounds. Superstar powers. Can blend into the shadows. Ability to drop into battle from any distance. That's an interesting way to put that. Foreign objects: Scorpion Claw and Stinger Chucks. I kind of like Scorp Chucks better. The great battle has begun. A darkness threatens to consume WWE Eternia as a faction of evil superstars rises from parts unknown to control the balance of power. But the heroic superstars accept the challenge to defend the planet and determine who are the masters of the WWE Universe. Sting explores the dangerous mountain caves. I must find the secret entrance to the Skull King's lair. But suddenly, a giant scorpion, one of Triple H's beasts no doubt. You're no match for my Stinger Splash. Our hero triumphs into battle. Time to give Triple H a taste of his own poison. Okay, seriously, Stinger Splash though? Like Stinger Smash might have made a little bit more sense than Splash, but I mean, whatever. I'd like to note here, it does in fact look like he is stealing body parts from the Scorpion to use as his weapons. And of course, we have the cross-style on the back, which once again shows us Triple H, the evil Skull King of Kings, the Ultimate Warrior, heroic champion of WWE Eternia, Sting, the mysterious Vigilante of Vengeance, and Finn Balor, heroic Demon King. Speaking of which, his little stinger thing is in fact not really attached in the package very well. And it is just a friction joint in there, so he does not have a spring-loaded gimmick. And it does appear to be just most likely some kind of more of a hinge design, not a ball joint design, because it doesn't move other than the up and down movement. This is an ugly bit of wrapping. The real question is, can we actually get the bag off without actually, cutting into the weapon itself? This is a heavy, heavy ass weapon. Also, there's not like a place to grip it except for on the chain, so that's kind of silly in my opinion. First off, let's take a good look at that head sculpt. That looks pretty cool. This is another one of those times when I think glow in the dark would have been great to add to the eyes. And of course his entire face, well, the head is sculpted in white plastic, or molded in white plastic, so with just the black all being the details. He does look pretty cool though. I like that. I like the way it looks. He also has on the front and side of his shirt there, we see a scorpion design that goes all the way to the back and kind of makes it look like he's getting ready to sting his left butt cheek. They added a little bit of extra bit of detailing to look like maybe there's a little bit of padding up on his thighs there. Articulation wise, we have a ball joint at the head which spins around. There is a little bit of hindrance with the hair when you're spinning it, depending upon what position the head's in at the time. But other than that, you can spin it, you can look down, you can look up, you can look over. You can look at his man boob. The arms have a hinge going up and down. We can do a spin, which is not hindered by anything. We got the 90 degree, or I should say less than 90 degree at the elbow, but we still have a pin so we can spin that around. He has the articulated wrist joint with the in and out hinge, and his right hand is a fist, probably to make it easier to fit it in here. Though again, I kind of wish they gave us a second gripping hand, because his left hand is a gripping hand. We can spin at the wrist, spin at the waist. What a waste it is to watch my videos. I mean, I am terrible. He can kick up yay far. He can kick back yay far. He can kick out quite a bit. We have the hinge at the knee, and it was kind of stiff, so I'm glad it didn't break, because this is a lot harder to replace these figures than you might think right now. Of course, the peg does allow you to spin it. He has what looks like the top of a Masters of the Universe boot, and then a regular boot there too. Wait a minute, actually, no. Now that I think about it, Masters of the Universe didn't really have plain boots, did they? So no, it's not. It's just a plain boot, making it, I guess, the second style of Masters of the WWE Universe boots. You can spin it all around, though, at the boot cut. We do have the hinge here at the foot. We can spin it around on the peg. He is one of the few figures, though, that does not come with an actual harness to wear. Instead, he's got the big, heavy plastic weapons. We can put the claw on his hand here. Not that it stays in place particularly well, but there we go. And of course, his stinger chucks, which are not easy to get him to hold in his hand. Imagine that. There we go. I think instead of doing this as the Stinger Chucks here, or the Scorp Chucks, which this apparently is probably quite possibly the only pose you can have those things in without him falling over. I definitely think they would have been better off making it into a staff with this at the bottom and this at the top, and then he could have been like a staff fighter, you know? I think the chain in the middle just stupid and hard to get him to hold in his hand. That is one of those kind of things that I wish they would consider when they made these figures, because along with, just trying to get him grip the chain, it's the kind of posing that you do with him, and this looks okay, but I don't see myself, this is probably going to go into the parts box, because I just don't think that that's going to be a good display piece for when it's displayed. The claw is fine. Unless you can always have him hold the Sting Chucks in the claw, which doesn't work all that well either. But aside from this piece of garbage, the rest of the figure actually is really cool. They definitely put a lot of effort in the deco here with the scorpion on the front of the shirt, and gave us some little extra detailing, silver highlights around the other parts of the body. The mask looks really good. It looks like everything lined up fine on this copy, although I might be proven wrong when I do some close-up photos, but, for the naked eye, it looks good. And I would definitely say that if you like this figure and you can get your hands on him, go for it. However, Sting was born on March 20th, 1959, and was named Stephen Borden. He is a retired professional wrestler, having retired actually in March of this year, 2024. He is known for spending his time as the face of two American professional wrestling promotions, the World Championship Wrestling, the WCW, from 1988 to 2001, and Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, the TNA, not to be confused with tits and ass, from 2006 to 2014. Although the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF, renamed WWE in 2002, purchased WCW in 2001, he did not sign with them at the time. Prior to WCW, he wrestled in the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions, the JCP, which became the WCW in 1988, the Universal Wrestling Federation, UWF, and the Continental Wrestling Association, the CWA, and he last performed in an All Elite Wrestling, AEW, from 2020 to 2024 before retiring. Sting wore face paint throughout his career, and in 1996 changed from the multicolored paint of his, quote, surfer persona to the monochromatic paint of the Crow gimmick. He also incorporated elements of the Joker into the later part of his TNA career, prior to signing with the WWE, finally in 2014. He is widely considered the greatest wrestler never to perform for the company, although I'm not really sure what that means. Although he had really good conversations with promotion during his career, his loyalty to WCW, even in its dying days, has been noted. That organization was purchased by the WWF, now WWE, in 2001, and Sting's contract with its parent company, AOL Time Warner, expired in 2002. But he still refused to make the jump alternately, attributing his WWF's creative usage of former WCW talents and negative dealings with their attorneys. What a big surprise there. negative dealings with an attorney. The company's onerous live schedule and the content of programming were also factors. Sting, however, has downplayed rumors of the difficult relationship with the WWE. I'm also guessing that the number of different wrestling groups that he wrestled for is probably the reason why he's listed as a vigilante rather than being on any specific faction when it comes to the WWE Universe figures. Some of the other ring names he used was Flash, Blade Runner Flash, Blade Runner Sting, Stephen Borden, and Sting. So I think that about does it for our look at the WWE Universe Sting action figure. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you didn't, feel free to send a link to my video to your greatest enemies so they can be tortured by watching it themselves. And if you did like it, please feel free to give me a like, subscribe if you'd like. I'm almost at 300 followers right now, which honestly stuns me. So thank you all for following me. I appreciate it, and I am very surprised. Peace and love. Oh, and before we leave, I'm going to set up a Vigilante versus Vigilante bout of action with the ring, starring Sting and the Vigilante known as Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles. Be there. In this corner, we have the Vigilante known as Sting versus the Vigilante known as Casey Jones in a one-on-one battle. Biz may have been involved.